Hello, hello. Boy. Balancing two live stream setups between two locations is no joke. How's it going? Hi, Tanya. Hi, Julie. That's me. Christina. Hello. Hi, Jan. Hi, Kim. Hello from California. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. You know, it's the beautiful before the Hades, which is coming. It's coming. Had my fabrics out so we could pick some binding. I feel like it could be a little brighter. I almost forgot the project at home. I was like, oh my gosh, I need my microphone. That's the thing, is like balancing everything between two locations is kind of tricky. And on top of it, I'm moving 90% of my stuff out of this location. So there's nothing here really. Like I moved most of it yesterday. And I went into my new setup and I got the microphone. I was like, you just have to go get that right now because you'll forget. I totally would forget. I got it and I was like, oh, it's a little warm in here, opening a window. And I saw the whole project in the bin. I was like, oh, I need that. I don't know what my backup plan would have been except like, I'm not going live yet, I'll be late, but which would be fine. But so anyway, and then I got here and the speakers needed updating, the drivers, which is so weird because like, why don't they just do that on their own? So I was like, I can't do a sound check. Oh my goodness. And then I had thrown the extra fabric in the car. No, I hadn't. I left one thing in my little cart that I pull around my property. So I was like, shoot, I really wanted to put a patch on the front of my bag. And I couldn't for the life of me find this one I bought that I just bought for a Happy Trails bag, and I didn't end up using it on a Happy Trails bag. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's just one thing after another. I sound like I don't have my stuff together, but really I just have to have it together completely in two locations. So I was like frantically looking around for anything I could put as a little patch, just something to decorate my bag so it doesn't look kind of plain. And went out to my car like, maybe I threw the fabric in there. I only threw the extra lining. Scoured the other two rooms. I don't know why, because I just moved everything out of them except for furniture. I was like, maybe I could piece something together with binding. That's fine, but I'm getting sick of all my binding choices because I'm a little binding princess sometimes. And then I saw my patch that I bought from for the Happy Trails bag sitting on my cart that I'd already looked through. So anyway, long story short, we're here. We're making a bag that I drafted a couple days ago. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Dawn. I have the Deer and Doe Blue A dress. I think it doesn't have pockets, and I added pockets. And sometimes, I hate to say it, some dresses just shouldn't have pockets, depending on where your hips are in relation to where your pockets need to be. So, hi, Monica. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Michelle. Show you what? Show you my dress? Okay, well, I can't get the full screen to work. Let me see, I can do this. So it's like a little like princess seam. Has a little belt. So this is most likely not the sleeve that comes with that. So I don't know why I didn't wear this last year because I love it. It's in a stretch poplin, and stretch poplin has just a little bit more weight to it. This one does, and it stretches. So like it can fit perfectly and you have room to move, you know? So, well, thank you. Yeah, I was like, oh, I love this color. I think this was completely a needle sharp box. Again, one of her fabulous fabric picks, you know? Yeah, see, I added these pockets and they're just in a weird spot. And you know, if they were stitched down, they'd be better, or zippered shut. I don't know. It just depends, you know, like if it's a close fitting and it skims your hips, they can be a little too bulky. You can make, if you make them out of lining fabric, that helps a lot. I did that on my Kalispell dress, and I actually love how you can't even tell there's pockets on that dress. So, all right, anyway, this is what I drafted. Wait, it's right here. This is what I drafted on Thursday. And just long story short, originally I was going to use the Noodle Head Sandhill Sling because I love that pattern and just scale it up. And when I looked at the scaling, it wasn't going to be the right proportions because I was just going to do straight up the exact same pattern, maybe sewing modifications, but then go, oh, I'll make it, you know, X percentage bigger in length and width. And it wasn't going to be the right shape to hold my iPad. Because I don't use a purse except to carry, like, when I have to go, like, between things, schlepping stuff. That's it. So basically it's a bag that I'm using kind of like a purse. I was rummaging through past bags I've owned, and I found an old one that I loved. I used to love it. I even copied it once and sold, like, 5 of the, like, sewed them and sold those. And so I just copied that almost exactly. I think the only thing I did differently was I added a little elastic key pocket inside this front kind of kangaroo pocket, which is like 3-dimensional, it sticks out. And that's it, right? That's all I did. That's all I did differently. Like, it's a great bag. It fit my iPad perfectly. So this is the plan, and we're gonna sew this today, start to finish. Buckle up. So, yeah, I always feel like I don't really like working with lining. It's so, like, slippery. But it has its place. And once it's sewn in, it doesn't feel so flimsy. You know, once it's, like, supported with, like, a facing and a French seam, you know, it adds a lot of body. So, all right, so I'm using this blue waxed canvas. And I know this is kind of silly, but and for you though, for you out of the United States, this is probably fabric. This makes no sense to you, but I'm using Smokey the Bear fabric because Smokey the Bear is like the United States' federal mascot for fire prevention, and I'm not doing it because we all know my ties to fire in this area. It's really just like, I loved Smokey the Bear growing up. There's a cute little song that goes with him. There's even like memorabilia you can get. I had like a statue that might have been a piggy bank and a lunchbox. So anyway, when I saw this fabric, I was like, oh, I have to get this. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. And I realized it's perfect for this. So it made you think of Canada. Is he in Canada as well? Or is it that he has this Mountie hat? Is that what it is? Is he not even an American native bear? I don't know. But it's cute. And this is his little slogan, only you can prevent forest fires. Or wildfires. He used to say forest fires, and now it's been, I think, changed to wildfires. I'm pretty sure I don't think I'm making that up. Just the fact that he's a bear. Oh, well. We have bears here. I mean, the California flag is a bear. Okay, Terry, I take blame for that. I actually did think of you, Julie, because I need a binding for the inside, and I was like, oh, I have a little bit of this one, and this was on a bag you really harassed me in my chat for. That was my daughter's. Oh, neat, yeah. Yeah, I mean, bears are pretty common. Like when you go camping here, you know, you don't go camping without bear gear, you know, like a bear safe or whatever, you know. They're very common. So it's pretty funny. I have lived somewhere where they would show up in our town, but not at my house or anything like that. And I had seen them once, like a baby crossing the road. But I have not had many run-ins with bears, weirdly. I've probably had more run-ins with a mountain lion than I have had a bear. But the mountain lion didn't know I had a run-in with it, so we're good. I snuck up on it by accident, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, Aisha. Yeah, thanks for coming. Hi, Dawn. Oh, 100% Dawn. Yosemite is bear playground. Yeah. She's not sick of the bag yet. You had bears in New Jersey? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Okay, so you won't ever see this binding, but these I pulled a few choices. The only thing I have here at the office is my binding and the thread. That's the only thing left that's like consumable here. You gotta Google what a mountain lion is. Oh, it's something you hope you never meet in person because they are not friendly. Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's a very Canadian experience in a lot of areas in Canada. All right, so I have this one. So the outer bag is blue, right? The inner bag, I feel like there's a lot of green, so we could play that up. I'm actually not sure I have enough of this, but I think I do because it's only going to go around the perimeter twice. That's it. So we have this one. Please don't pick this one because I'm kind of sick of it. But, you know, we do love a stripe, right? And it would be like narrow, so... And I would be getting rid of it and I wouldn't see it, but no. You don't get to vote on this one. On the railroad tracks. A puma, yeah. Okay, this one is like a green little textury one. Oh, you can't even see this one here, yeah. Yeah, I stayed somewhere where you got no sleep because the couple that was hosting us was out on the porch banging pots and pans all night long. It felt like all night long. And I was like, nah. Like if you grow food, it's kind of a problem in a lot of areas. This matches my outer fabric really nicely, and it would pick up more of the blue. And it's got little like X's or plus signs on it. And this is the exact same one in green. Flowery one. Oh, okay. So let's test it and make sure. I'm pretty sure we're going to have enough. I'm even thinking like there could be a scrap in there that maybe would stretch it, but I feel like I brought the scraps home recently. It's hard to keep track, you know, of what. Okay, we need, not gonna happen. I just totally teased you guys. Let's see. We'll be more precise. No. Oh. Let's look. Maybe we could piece it together. What else we got in here? Dang. I really did tease y'all. I just don't think... What if we did just piece it? And we could piece it like maybe at the bottom. Oh, I have this flower. This one might work. Oh, maybe not. This flower, but it's more like a teal. It looks like it matches that on camera. It does not. Hi, Amy. Blue dots. Do you mean this one here? The little plus signs? I also grabbed this gray. I mean, the stripe could work. Plus signs? All right, let's do the plus signs. We'll save this for something else because it is a good binding. All right. Okay, the relaxing is over. Let's do this. Red, you know, red is actually an interesting option. I actually have this, I just kind of want to see. This is not red, it's like a pink and orange, but I knew it would give the illusion. Admittedly, my red options are very slim in general, but ironically, I don't know if you guys are going to get this, but ironically, I have this one binding, and the group that we put it with at Chicken Boots was called Picnic, and you know, bears, picnics, yogi, but it's more of like a tomato red, not a watermelon red. Same with this one. So my red pickins are slim pickins. Hi, Nancy. What else did I miss? There's like one shelf of red. All right. We'll do this, I guess. I'm looking. I know you guys want to look with me because you're like, let us pick. I actually think this one will work. It's kind of crazy. Or this brown floral. You're going to like this. I have this brown floral. That could work. And then I have this crazy one. Well, let's see if it happens, Julie. Let's see. I haven't whizzed up anything yet, except a lot of drama this morning before I even got on. Okay, so we have the brown flowers and we have the blue plus sign. You know, this is the thing about me sewing versus you sewing. You are all going to pick out the perfect fabrics for your whole project. Me, I'm like, I want this. I have one fabric out of the 3 that I need, and then I make everything work. So while at the end I'm like loving like how I could pull it off with what I had, it's never as like ideal as it could have been. And I definitely had to like tame that in me, because you can start warping what goes good together because of the functional thing, you know? So, ooh, gosh, Christina, I didn't know you had to do that. All right, so, yeah, here's the stripe. The stripe is more of like a yellow-green. I actually like my Scrappy Happy Trails too. Scrappy Happy. Okay, I admit the stripe looks really good. I actually think this one looks really good too, the green. All right, so here's the 4 choices. Maybe we should do a poll. Should we do a poll? Mish. Gosh dang it. That was me trying to put a piece of gum back in the package today. I was like, why can't you just go in? You know? It's like, seriously. Okay, wait, where's the poll again? Dang it. Where's the poll? Nope, I don't want to do that. Crap. Where'd the poll go? Oh, here it is. It's way down here. My goodness, this is like gonna be taking way too long. Okay. Stripe. Typos are my own. Oops, we can't tolerate that. Floral. Blue. Okay, there you go. Phew. Stripe with typo. Green, brown, floral, blue. Do, 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 do. I'll start cleaning up a little bit. Today, I think I'm going to move this computer and the stream setup and all the bias and thread. And then the machine moves Thursday. Ooh. Stripe and floral tied for second place. Green at the bottom of the race here. Blue leading by 44%. If there's only 16 votes, if there are 33 people, only half of you are voting. If you would like your voice to be heard, please tell us now in the chat. You will find a poll. Will it be stripe? Will it be green? Will it be floral? Or the blue, which is clear favorite right now. We got one more vote, making the blue at 47%. The people that are on their TVs are like, I can't vote. But you know, you can get your phone. You will vote twice for stripe. Terry. I'm gonna send this roll of stripe to you, Terry. We got this in like every color it came in at the time, and the green just didn't get used as much. And I don't see any. I mean, there was this one actually. Honestly, this one would have worked really good. Let me keep pulling them off the shelf and confusing you. I have seen some of these bindings for so long. I don't see them anymore. You know what I mean? All right, 50%, 18 votes. We're a little under half of you voting. For Micah, I can see that. This is from Splash Fabric. This is one of their Splash Fabric bases. All right, I don't think if everybody who hasn't voted, who's watching, voted, they could flip it. I don't think that's going to happen, so blue it is. Aren't you guys glad you don't have to let other people make your sewing choices for you? All right. We are going to start. Wait, this goes here, right? This is okay. I had this all organized. Now I'm kind of panicking here. Okay. All right. Yeah. But this is missing something here. There it is. Okay. This is the interior. Yep, eye, there's an eye. Okay, this is my exterior. These zippers are a little different lengths. You had to recount? It's right there in the chat. Take it up with your fellow citizens. You might need to run next time. Boo for the win. All right. Oh, we could use, we need interfacing. Oh, no, we don't. We need interfacing because we're going to sew this to the bag here. All right, well, let's start off something simple because we always screw up really big at the beginning. And we have to do some seam ripping. I say we collectively. I'm going to use cream thread today, a little bit of contrast stitching. Okay. So this is just the back document pocket. Order of operations, you're always going to like assemble all of your pieces first, like all of your like elements, right? Actually, this would be a lot easier if I do it from the wax cotton side. It'll help ease that lining in. We don't need an iron for this project. Good thing, because we don't have one here. Yeah, this is Al Francis. I really like this color too. And it's my first non-green bag in quite a while. you know. Finger press all the seams. I sort of want to like understitch it, then top stitch it, but I think that'll be good. I was going to do 2 strands of thread for the top stitching, but I decided that I didn't want to deal with the tension issues, so all right, here we have our wiggly top. Guess what? This won't look that wiggly. It doesn't look that wiggly in person. It won't look that wiggly once we put it on the bag. That's one little trick I've learned. Because see, when you put it on the bag, there's going to be blue above and below. It kind of looks like wiggly, I admit it. Okay, fine. Well, I'm not taking it out. Definitely wiggly. Shut up. All right, so we're going to place our box on top here. And mostly I'm just going to make sure this is parallel here and parallel here. And then we're going to sew. Is this the side of the bag I want out to? Wait. Yeah, I think so. Okay. I was just noticing. I did try to kind of like perk up the canvas after all the cutting I did. You know, it got a little wrinkled and stuff. Okay, so we're just gonna sew the perimeter around with slightly shorter stitch length. I'm gonna lift my presser foot up just to let the fabric relax. We're gonna do a cheesy zipper pocket. Mainly because this isn't a pocket that, like cheesy mainly because, put that on the screen there so it's not so bright. No dark mode in my chat. Huh. Mainly because you really don't feel the back of the pocket opening or see it. So you can kind of get away with that. Oh, did I take my scissors down too? Wow. Well, I have these. So I was going to cut this open now. These scissors are very big. Thank you, Terry. You think she's loyal to you? Well, I got news for you, baby. Okay, I always flip it and make sure, right? Okay, so now we're gonna pop it through the hole. And we don't have an iron, so I'm going to just fold it back. You know, honestly, I just feel like I still didn't give myself enough seam allowance at the top, like at all. You know? I was sort of confusing myself between a couple of pockets and I was drafting. I'm just pulling it and creating my opening here. Giving a good tug. And let's see how it looks on this side. Not bad, not bad. We might see a little of our lining, huh? Let's pull that lining and over rotate maybe the self a little bit. I'm just kind of pulling these corners a little bit. Okay, and now we can just lay our zipper behind it. So I had kind of a zipper crisis when I was cutting this out, and what I decided to do was the 2 separating zippers on the outer pocket, the little like pop-out pocket, and the opening, because those are both facing the same direction, you can see them. And I'm gonna do this as the back pocket and the interior pocket, this little dress dress zipper, you know, so. And we can, I think closing these together down here makes it a little easier sometimes. Mainly because I'm used to using continuous zipper where it already does that. Okay. I do wish I had prettier zipper heads. These are basic. Otherwise, it's get out. Exactly. Oh, the other thing I could do is actually maybe do it so that, in fact, I will. We're going to let a little bit of this coil be the end. It's super long, right? So we can, what do we want? This is going to be like this. I want the head down at this end. Okay. Like this. Oh, but I made the zipper opening for the really wide zipper tape. Oh, I forgot. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, this is going to be close. You know what we could do? Oh, I don't have fabric. I could maybe put like a fake welt. Internesting. I could maybe make a fake welt like this. Do I want to experiment without interfacing in an iron right now? Because this is on the bias. You know what I mean? I do have a little bit of iron-on interfacing that maybe I could use in there without ironing it. It's at the new location. I knew I wouldn't be using an iron for a wax bag, so I was like, okay, that's okay to move. I don't know. I'm thinking right now. I'm just thinking. We don't have time today to troubleshoot. We can make the zipper opening on the interior smaller. Well, I'm just, yeah, I have a space at home now. I don't know. I'm not going to unpick the seam, so it's going to be a fake welt, you know what I mean? But, yeah, we could do something like that. Oh! I just had an idea. Okay, we're going to take 2 of these. Is that seam? Okay, good. I was like, come on. What if we baste these 2 together right down the middle? Even if we don't baste, no, we can baste all the way to the end. We're going to baste this down the middle. This is 1 3/8, so it's like a little under 3/4 right there. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try this. Because I don't have interfacing or an iron. Oh, I forgot to turn the, I could bind the zipper. That's another option. But I was feeling like that wouldn't, that's not going to, I don't want to bind it. I want to cover it up. So look, I'm going to do this, right? So now I could put this over the zipper and put this here. And then unpick that opening, and they would meet. Do you guys see the logic? I gotta turn the air conditioning on. I forgot to turn it on. We're already getting hot and bothered. It's set for 84. 84. 84. Okay. Yeah, because if I bound the zipper, the thing is with binding the zipper is that I've got something that's like this, right? And what I'm doing is trying to cover it up a little bit. Is this a bad idea? I feel like, I don't know. Let's see. This is my iron. Okay. Smokey, you need to like stay inside the bag. Don't let the bear out of the bag. You know. Well, I don't know what I'm teaching right now. Oh, okay, Terry. So what tips do you have? What do they do? Okay. Because what if I'm going to sew this to the zipper. I'm still thinking, so this is my way of thinking right now, is just sewing a little bit. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm already over sewing it. I'm thinking though. I can even do that. Okay, I'm trying to keep it centered. I feel like it's pretty centered. Don't pull, it's on the bias. I can't go all the way. I gotta get this in here. Somewhere. I gotta get the head in there. Okay. So now all I'm doing right now is avoiding sewing this opening because of the fabric showing. Okay, so we have zipper head is right here. So as long as we're here, we're good. Okay. You said they sew the short ends first. Okay, so I could do this, right? I could pull this like that. No, I want the tips though. I think because the reason I'm doing this is because the opening is so large, and I'm trying to kind of hide the fact that it is. So I might have to do it a little different than they do. So I'm just going to sew across the end right here. I don't know. I feel like until I top stitch through the canvas, we're fine. Okay, look, that already looks better to me. Yeah. I might even be able to do this. Is that ambitious? That might be a little ambitious for me, I think. I'm not sure. Hey, Sydney, how's it going? Sydney, I saw your needle point. Is that needle point? So, all right, and so now this side here, let's pull this straight. Is that sirens or that monthly alarm thing? All right. Pull. Okay, I don't need to pull too hard. Oh, that's the zipper head. Okay, I thought I was pulling so hard it was buckling. Nervous. Okay. I'm just staying inside the triangle. Okay, so now here we have, our ends look really good. You know. Don't you love it when you really carefully draft something and then you switch the thing you drafted it around at the last second, forgetting that it was all a plan in the first place? Like, come on, Saremy. Come on. All right, so I think now I'm going to top stitch. I am very tempted to do this, to stitch it like this, though. Because I can pull on this a little bit, right? Is that a bad idea? Or, wait. The zipper head's right here too. It might be a problem. Okay, I am going to do that because I can always take this out, you know? I'm not even going to get close to it. I'm just going to stitch it in. Okay, so it's still loose. Is that what I just stitched? Holy moly. Okay. All right. Now this one. Smokey the Bear, Smokey the Bear. Okay. If my mom were watching, she would not be able to stop singing that song. Okay. So what I'm trying to do kind of is like push the canvas a little bit. I'm going to flatten it out a little bit so that maybe I fold it higher up. Like that. Okay. And then you have to get it up onto the hump of your machine. We're going for it. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Terry, exactly. I think this one here, I may have to remove some of that. I don't usually go this direction, so we're not taking any chances. We're flipping this around. This. Stick with what you're comfortable with. Okay, this is probably going to be a problem, but I'm hoping not. And I really want this to look parallel. We're doing it. This side's easier because I have this huge hunk of fabric to like pull on. I'm just going to pull the camera down. I always say I'm not going to do that so it's not in my face, but whatever. You don't need to see me. Okay, we're going to go by this zipper head, and you're not pushing my presser foot away. So I'm pulling the lining underneath. This is fine with me. I like this. I think it was smart to go like put the head or add this extra so I didn't have to deal with the metal ends, you know. So this right here, we're going to take out a tiny bit of this. It's just a little bit in, and it's just enough to be a problem. Probably should have done it before, but whatever. Okay. All right. Yeah. You get that way. No, don't even. We're gonna pull the bobbin thread and pull that thread to the back. Okay, there we go. Okay. Where's my awl? I need my emotional support awl. Okay. This side, like, I can't even see the lining. It's a shame I couldn't interface this bias because I think that is kind of what it needs. Now it's kind of showing at this end, but you know what? We're taking it. We are taking this as a win. Okay, now we can remove the basting stitch and see if it was worth it. Who forgot to change their stitch length? I think we all know who. All right, there's that little tail I pulled to the back. We'll leave it a little long so it doesn't sneak to the other side. And, oh, I put this little thing kind of in the bad spot. So we're just gonna cut this off so we don't have any problem with that. All right, so now let's just open let's open it up. I have never done this before. There's gotta be a really good way to do it too. I wish I could, yeah, do like that. Yeah. Like, what if I could, could I maybe pull it from here? No, I don't think so. I really want to pull the threads out. Maybe we'll be able to pull some out. I also don't want to stretch out this edge. I think it's okay. It's a little wrinkly down here because of the zipper head over the top of it, you know? One stitch at a time. We've come a long way. We're not going to take a chance now. I wonder if it'll age very well without the interfacing. Most likely not, but we didn't have much choice, did we? Can I pull on that? Maybe that's not it. All right. The inner one, we won't have to do all this too. I hope. Okay. We have this one pesky thread down here, right here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I think, you know, you can see a little of my print there. Straight on though. Phew. Okay, we're always off to an exciting start. So now let's stitch all this down just to the pocket to itself. I'm going to go across the top, put this to a regular stitch length. And then we'll do the sides. And this side. And I ran out of bobbin. Thanks, guys. Yeah, that's okay. I'm already like kind of bummed that we already started with something like that, but I could have just left the zipper in there. I just felt a little bit like, do you ever put like a zipper, like these lighter weight zippers in something, and the opening is so large, or you stitched so far away from the zipper that it looks kind of floppy in there? I didn't want that because it's a stiff bag, and I was kind of worried that if the zipper was so lightweight, since I'm not using the cutting down that separating zipper like we had planned. So make sure I have a back stitch over here because that's where I ran out of thread. You know, that, so I didn't want, like, this would have been like the entire zipper sitting there. What is that? Oh, it's my, oh, look, my basting stitch is right there. Okay, we're going to have to remove that later. I should have done that before I just shut my pocket. Maybe I should open it up and do it now, but I think I can pull that out pretty easily. See it in there? It's this right, here's a little thread here. I missed that. I thought it was the print. Okay, well, here's the back. The back is done. Let's put this on here. And we can put the lining, I think. Do we want this to face the, what do we want? When we look through this pocket, we do see that. Okay, so we want this to face this way. Okay, cool. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. So this will be like that. And then the other one, this is the interior, will be up against this like this. Do I even need this piece? Did I think about that wrong? Oh, I might have. Yeah, I actually don't need this. That's hilarious. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, if we need it, it's there. All right, so I'm just going to stitch this in the seam allowance, which is only 1/4 inch. Really close to the edge. Wax canvas is so easy to sew. I really like it. Unless it's that really tightly woven stuff. All right, so here's our back. So now we can do this other zipper, and we're just going to make the opening smaller because it only needs to be like a 1/2 inch wide. I saw a ruler. Don't hide from me. I know you're here. What do we want? What do we want? I never thought of that, but what do we want? And we want it now. So we're going to just cut down this opening by like, it's like going to be like a 3/16 of an inch, or like what I like to call 1/8 1/2. That's the technical term, 1/8 1/2. So we're just going to line it up. Over here, this pocket I made a 1/2 inch shorter this way, when I cut it out. I used the same pattern pieces and just, because I just didn't want to have to draft like double everything. There we go. So now we can just sew around the perimeter. This we use a slightly shorter seam allowance. What do I think the hardest part of the project is going to be today? Kind of curious. I think attaching that pop-out pocket, I think that's going to be the hardest part today. Not that you're asking, but I am always trying to think so that I'm already like, okay, what do I do if this happens? What do I do if that happens? What's my plan, you know? I'm excited to have a new purse today, but I have been using my lift bag by So Liberated, which is so cute. Like I love the fabric I made that thing in, and it has, like, for someone who doesn't use a purse, it's perfect because it holds my gigantic smartphone, my car keys, my wallet, my lip stuff, my gum. Those are my essentials. And then I always put like to-go bags. Like, if you know what a Choco bag is, like I put Choco bags in there, 2 or 3 of those. It's perfect. Glasses. Forgot about glasses on this bag, you know. Hopefully that was. Hi, Derek. How's it going? Oh, neat. Rucksack. That's such a good word. Rucksack. Is anyone else following the guy who's sailing his boat from Oregon to Hawaii? Because he lands in Hawaii today, and I'm so excited. I hope I get to see it happen, or at least a recording of it. I don't think he really wanted a whole bunch of people to greet him there, but I think that's going to happen. There's also 2 women rowing a boat across the Pacific Ocean. Rowing a boat. And I asked my husband, I was like, what do you think this means? Because I heard it as like a, in other ocean news, because apparently I'm on ocean news now. There are 2 women rowing a boat across the Pacific Ocean. And they were like, yes, rowing a boat. And I was like, what does that mean to my husband? We worked in the water sports world, him for much longer than me. And he said, oh yeah, we used to sponsor people like that. And I said, well, like a tiny little rowboat? He's like, no. There's like a cabin at the front, and then the rowing is at the back, and they take turns rowing. And I was like, oh, so that's pretty cool. Their journey, much longer than his, and all woman powered, which is pretty nifty. So I'm gonna have to look that up, because that's pretty cool. It's really fun to watch people do things that you would never do. Is my camera jiggling? What? I saw that. All right, so this opening, see, it's a lot more demure. You know? Boy, an iron would be really nice about now. The irony that this lining is probably not going to peek through, and it won't matter if it does because it matches, but because it's lighter weight, right? The canvas is just a little heavier. All right. I don't like starting at the end. I want to start at the end. Oh, well, we could do this, though. We could do the flip-up thingy. I like doing this anyway on the ends because it makes everything kind of behave a little bit. Let's try and do it close to where I tacked this. Am I selling this pattern? Oh, I mean, I wasn't planning on it. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, yeah, here, okay. I feel like, I mean, obviously, it's like just copied someone else's design. Y'all saw me do it. I don't know, I feel like purses are so personal. I never expect people, did I get that centered? I don't think I did. No, I forgot to center it. Let's see. I would consider it, but it's not anytime soon. You could just draft it. Let's get rid of all this thread vomit here. I sort of want to like have a viewing party of all the weird sewing things that I've saved that are kind of cool. Because I'm not in this, I don't get suggested sewing content like you guys do. Because I don't interact with a lot of, I mean, I interact with a lot of sewing content. What am I talking about? My whole account is sewing. But what I mean is like, I'm not like searching out like tutorials and things like that. So I don't think I get suggested things. And on one of my accounts, even though it is my sewing account, I don't interact with most of the stuff, but I still get suggested stuff occasionally, more so lately. And I've had some really cool like museum things. This one gal who like shows her favorite quilts at a show, and they're just like mind-blowing. There's this grad student I've been following who, a fashion design grad student, and she is making the cutest things. She just was showing all the designs in her like final collection, and she did it based on hobbies, and she needle felted all these beautiful birds on this coat. And there's a built-in cape on the coat of a heron, and it like the huge wing comes around, and then the face of the heron and the wings on the back. It's really cute. Oh, I've been doing that, Angela. I didn't on this because it was a lot easier, but yeah, I've been doing that. It's right here. It works pretty good. This is chalk right there, by the way, because that's the old line. All right, let's just put this in. We're going for parallel. Parallel means straight, right? Or like certain machines, like what certain machines do. You've probably all seen the stuff I've seen. This feels like I tacked this in a little shorter than it should have been. Like for real. Let's like take this out. I'm gonna take that out. We're down here anyway. We've got it. Okay. Yeah, that's better. I gotta get rid of this chalk. It makes everything look crooked. It's an optical illusion. I keep thinking I'm sewing in the wrong spot. Where's the head? Oh, phew. Oh yeah. I've done that. Like I've done that multiple times where I've sewn the head was down here. In most cases, I discovered it soon enough. I do think there were at least one case where I didn't, and I was like, You guys are always like saying, see, it's so great, Saremy makes mistakes, just, you know, she's like us. I'll tell you what, the better you get, the worse mistakes you make. They're more catastrophic and harder to fix. Because you just blindly keep going without thinking. All right, here we go. Note, Smokey is always right side up at the back of my pockets. And this time we can just go around the whole perimeter all at once. My seam allowance at the top didn't end up being an issue, so I'm glad about that. I was a little concerned. I don't really feel like you have to make things hard on yourself if you have the space, you know, and I do think that sometimes the seam allowance you're allowed up here is it's just a little too little, you know. All right, so there's our interior pocket. Easy peasy, right? And this is going to go on top of this. So now the back is complete. We don't need to immortalize all the threads, just the ones we like. Oh, neat. What did she study there? One of the things that why is this acting funky? Is that just, oh, okay. One of the things that I ran across yesterday is when I was south of Edinburgh at a textile museum, and the guy was offering me an internship, and I was just visiting because he's like, we just don't have anybody interested in this. If you're interested, because I was really interested in everything he was doing, and asking lots of questions, and he was just so excited, and he was just like, if you want an internship, you can have it. Like, you could come here and you could, I was like, oh, okay, I am understanding every fourth word you're saying to me because my English is not good enough. And I don't know anything about weaving, but hence why I was very interested too. I don't mind if I have a wrinkle down here, so sorry. It's the inside of the bottom of the bag. I like it really tight, so it's not a problem later. Okay. Ooh. That would have been an amazing experience, though. I've thought about it many times. Like, I kind of wish I had done that, you know, but I don't think weaving, I don't think I have the right, maybe. I wish I had I kept the pamphlet. Like, I still have it. I don't think I really have the knack. Like, it's not something natural to me. Whereas for me, what excited me about sewing was not sewing. I was very resistant to sewing. Was the engineering. That's what excited me, was the drafting. Okay, our back is complete. We still need to make the strap. That's right. Okay, now we're to the thing I think is going to be hard. And here's my silly little patch. Do I want this on my bag? I don't even eat Cheetos. No, I don't know, Dawn. And that's the problem. I was offered a few internships, and one of them probably would have been like definitely career changing in a good way, but it was an unpaid internship in Boston. And I was like, how would I even like live? And I was like, well, how many hours a week is it? And they were like, 40 hours a week. And I was like, okay, so how do I have to get a job to pay to live there, and it's really expensive to live there. I don't know. It was just really disappointing, and they really wanted me, and I was like, I just don't understand how I'm supposed to live. Like I think like maybe they had solutions for that, but you know, as a 20-year-old, because I went straight to college out of high school. I graduated when I was 20 years old. I didn't have the tools to know what to do or how to go about living somewhere for free. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was very discriminatory. And so, and you know, I also didn't have the sense that I do now that free labor, you know, I didn't need to be free labor. I didn't take it, so, but it would have been you know who it was for? I could tell you it was for. It was for the limited Banana Republic, Gap, they're all the same company. The Limited, remember the Limited? Banana Republic, and J. Crew. I wanted it bad. No one else got offered that. And that's just because, like, no one else was going to school for pattern drafting. I was the only one that was, like, 100% going for the pattern drafting. And that was rare. It would have been really fun, really cool, really good experience. Probably awful, too, if I'm being honest, because the garment industry then was pretty awful. Like, I left the garment industry. Like, I didn't really like how you're treated in it. Okay. Here's my little key pocket. So we're just going to do a little gathered thing. I'm hoping I have enough space under this pocket to put it, because I also need my little Apple Pencil pocket here, right? If this would be too narrow, I can't scrunch it down that far. Like, is that gonna be? I'll try that. I hope it works. It'll be good for something, right? Yeah, I never mentioned that because I didn't take it. Like, there's no prestige if you don't take it, you know? Okay, so I think I need to clean finish this edge. This is where the zipper goes. And then, oh, I need to put the patch on. Like that? Is this a too bold of a statement? Should I be putting this on the back of my bag? This feels a little bold. Bam! Fluorescent orange cat with a Cheeto bag on its head. You see me walking around town with my bag? Hey, I like it. Actually, I like it. Right, Terry? I feel like... Oh, right. I loved Banana Republic and the Limited. The Limited never really fit me. They made things for women without hips, even when I was 20. But I was very intrigued, you know. And back then, Banana Republic was like the upscale brand. I feel like it was. Am I missing? Is it Banana Republic, Gap, and the Limited, or was it J. Crew? I might be mistaking one of those. Don't quote me ever. But it was three of those really big companies, and they were like really popular at the time. I would assume it's a guaranteed job at the end of it. Right, Nancy? Exactly. Oh, I'm right. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm the cheetah lady. I'm going to center this. Where are we thinking? Like, okay, so this is going to be a zipper, right? This is what the pocket looks like, right? So for those of you who missed it, it's going to be like this on my bag. So where are we thinking? Like up high, right? Like not down here. Maybe in line with the zipper here. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Right, let's get a, and then I'll use this. Okay. Yeah, we like that. Should we utilize the sticky? Well, we don't want the paper on there anyway. Okay. More nervous about this. Oh, I do have this little line. So maybe... Okay. I'm using the red line here. Oh, it's so sticky. Hey. Oh, Old Navy wasn't around back then. But yes, it is. Right? They own Athleta now too, that's right. I forgot about that. Dang. Talk about a mega company. Okay, I got this from Hearts Fabric, by the way. There's a few of them. I like them all. There's one with a goose or a duck that's really funny. Was there one with a turkey? If there was one with a turkey, I would 100% got it, unless it said something kind of funny. But I really love turkeys. Okay. All right, I guess I'm doing this. I'm going to sew around this edge here and turn it to the inside. And then we're going to top stitch the zipper down. Should I be doing it? Oh. I'm using this really big chunky zipper. And I wasn't doing this before. Oh, I am stitching the patch down. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. I'm getting nervous about the zipper, you know, so I'm going to do some small stitches. Who says you can't sew slow with an industrial? I have more control with this than anything. I think that's what people don't understand is like with the home machine, I can't press the foot barely and get a response. You have to press a little harder. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I think this is like the second time Michelle has saved me this week. Okay, there we go. Phew! I love turkeys. Yeah. Yeah, they're in my neighborhood too. Okay, so this is my big chunky zipper. And I don't have the things to remove the teeth. So honestly, this opening seems pretty big, if anything. Okay, we're going to do a small seam allowance. I was just thinking, like, what distracted me was I was thinking maybe I could, and this is how I used to sew it, where I would insert the zipper in the seam. It's so much work that I'm not going to do that. I don't know if I can concentrate and do that very well right now. Oh, I wish I would have sewn this with the canvas side up. I'm doing a really small stitch length and a really small seam allowance because I feel like this, I don't want this opening to get larger. But you can see the fabric wants to buckle a little bit. If I'd done the canvas side up, it wouldn't have done that. There's a little cut right there. I'm going to make sure I am on the inside of this cut right here from cutting it out right here. All right. They don't bite, they peck. Yeah. The thing with turkeys and any kind of birds like that is they really like shiny things or like a dot, like, say you were standing there next to the turkeys and tossing out grain and you have a freckle, they would 100% peck that freckle. Or you have rivets on your pants, they're going to sit there and peck the rivets. They're very curious. They go right up to you. They're not like chickens that run away from you. So they seem aggressive, but they're just aggressively social. Geese are gnarly. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever have geese. We had ducks, but we had 2 females and a male, and they were there to like keep rodents down. They were Muscovy ducks, and Muscovies also roost, which is kind of nice, so that they can cohabitate with whatever you got that's roosting. And then they stuck to themselves because there was a male and 2 females. They were like their own little like duck unit. So yeah. Yeah, I did love chickens and turkeys. I would love to have them again, but there's just too many predators where I live. I have the cutest chicken coop. Pennsylvania Dutch Amish made. I need to sell it, but no one will buy it. Okay, I'm just turning it right side out. And let's put the zipper in. Okay, we're wearing it. I think that I want it to close down over here. Zoop, zoop. Or do I want it like this? Because then I could have it just a little bit unzipped, and yeah, that actually makes sense. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. This is going to be trickier because we're going to have to go across the teeth at the end and avoid them. Oh, this tape is, they really started shortening tape, you know? It's just something, you don't have to do that, right? Me. Okay, so like this. Okay, here we go. I'm just getting it over with. Literally. You guys see okay? Yeah, it is. Like, I really like the coil chain because you can just go right over them. That's how I feel, Julie. That's exactly how I feel right now. Okay. Don't want to see my lining. Having trouble going forward there. Those stitches are too short. All right. I think I should have turned more by now. A little bit of a point there, but I think that could work, right? for my first one. And only. How would I even describe this in sewing instructions? No one wants to sew the things I want to sew, Julie. Okay. I promise I'll put the head up before I turn the corner. All right, now we have to go over these teeth. And we're hand wheeling it. We're really gonna hope we miss some teeth. Oh, there we go, got one. How bad does it look? Oh, it doesn't look bad, actually, not bad. Okay, phew! All right, so here's our pocket. Can we undo this? I don't know. You can, right? I've done that before, right? Right? I'm getting some scissors I don't care a lot about. There we go. All right. If I could, I would probably, this is actually pretty soft. Okay. If it were coil chain is super pokey. I don't want this to unravel to oblivion though. You know? All right. Wait, have you seen that Netflix show about that? Oh, I know. Well, I could, but I sometimes have matches here, but I don't think right now I do because I've been moving things. I do have one usually. I don't have a lighter, but I have matches. I forget about lighters. That would be way more convenient. At least it won't get a lot of agitation. Oh, you wear, oh, okay. Maybe I'll do this right sides together because it looks like I can. I was just gonna do them together, you know? I'm gonna hope for the best, Tanya, that it won't unravel. They don't usually, but you know, eventually I may end up having like a long thread coming off of it, you know? Which isn't ideal, I totally agree. All right, and then I can anchor this to this, but it doesn't matter because it's all going to get sewn together. All right, that's the end of the stream today. Okay. This is going to be the hard part, I think, for sure. Oh, we need to put this guy on. This guy is going to go here. It's really hard. I really don't have much space. You can see these little plus signs right here. That's my pocket placement. So it goes like this. Yeah, they do. I never did when I had my factory, mainly because they were always enclosed. And the fumes are really bad. And when you're doing it a lot, especially inside like a commercial office space, we never wanted to like set anything off. But yeah, you can get like a hot knife or like, it's like a, you know, paper cutters where you, it's like a long blade. They have one of those for, it's a hot knife. And so you just put the zipper up to it and it goes chunk, 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 like that. Okay, so we're gonna go something like this. And then this is my Apple Pencil pocket, thanks to Michelle saying just use elastic. Yeah. It's kind of hard when you can't pin things down, you know? So we're gonna start at this side. Let's sew this right sides together. Kind of wish I would have wrapped the hem of this around. And it'll be like that. Okay. Glue. Don't think I have any of that. It's bare bones. It's bare bones around here right now. I just took 20 glue sticks to the other office that were in my little office supply drawer. I think my keys will go in there. I hope so. I don't like this little corner I'm getting right here, so I'm gonna try and tuck that in. It's kind of hard there. This is basically the muslin, right? Okay. All right, so now, let's see. My pencil's like somewhere between these two. This would work better, I think. So let's see. And I did leave, I'm hoping room for 2, but I will just cut down 1 if, you know. Okay. Look at my line lines up with that pink right there. So that's good. Well, they're nice. I admit how nice gadgets are. I think it's just like the phase of sewing I'm at is that I like the challenge of, do I need that? But then there's the other side of me that's like, oh my gosh, this gadget would be super fun to use and have, you know, so. Reading chat. Yeah, that works. A little crooked, but we won't know. Oh, can I do that right there? Ooh, I don't know. I think I was just, I went too close. I think I went too close. That's like right at the edge. See, it's right there. That is the stitch line. feel like I'm missing a bunch of things here. Okay. What do I think an easier way to do this would be? Actually binding this whole perimeter and stitching down the binding right here. I mean, maybe I could, I think what's going to happen is like at this point, right? Because this is this point right here. It's going to be like that. Do I like that? Like, is that going to be, oh, and 100%, I probably would want the pencil at the other end too. Let's open it and see. I think the pencil holder is amazing, and I think that it's in the wrong place. So this would be it, and then, you know, it's like it's too low, you know? Maybe it won't feel that way when it's like this and I'm looking down at it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. 100%. Okay. It's going to be tricky to sew there. But what do you think? Do you think I should bind around the perimeter and then just edge stitch the binding? That seems a lot easier. Because then I don't have to turn under the edge. You know what I mean? It's going to make my pocket deeper from front to back. Not a bad thing. I think that's the way to go here. Because in other words, I have to do this. I have to turn this under and edge stitch it down, right? And then I'm going to have that little edge in the inside. And see, look, it's bumping up against the zipper. Yeah, I think, let's bind. Binding is always the answer. Oops, the binding's over here. Hey, Barbara, I didn't see you. Right, Jan? I know. I think it will be fine because, like, when I think of it this way, right, and I'm wearing it, okay, and I've got my pocket open, like, going like this from straight down, that's not a problem at all. So, okay, so let's bind this. Well, let's bind this. Okay, wait, is this over here? Let's start at the bottom. Let's not put more bulk on the sides here. All right. Because then binding it'll already be turned under, right? You know, like the edge, it'll be clean finished. I feel so much better about this. Because what I was really worried about is getting it cockeyed on here. Julie, that's okay though. I have not ever used my little pin tuck attachment that I got. That thing was like $55. Like, who am I? Who am I? I am the person who made a whole blog post, figured out how to make a blog post on my website 2 months ago or last month, whenever the Happy Trails came out. And just so that I could state it somewhere that you don't need to buy an expensive binding attachment in order to use one. And here I got a ruffle attachment. And you know what? The hilarious thing is, I got it for that fabric. You guys don't know the fabric. Okay, but you know in catalog capers where I had that one catalog top that it was navy blue. It had a collar stand with a little ruffle at the end, and it had a yoke seam here and very slight gathers right here, and it had like a slit. I got it for I just made that pattern, cut it out of fabric. I just have to sew it, and the fabric I used was the fabric that inspired me to get that tuck attachment because it's this very airy, loosely woven linen. And so I was like, oh, this would be so cool to use, like just put some little tucks right here. Now, and then I was looking for a different attachment, and I saw that, and I was like, you know, I'm going to get that for my Bernina. It's not even for any machine I use. So, yeah. All right. I'm using cream thread, so just warning you. I haven't even tried it, and that's not like me. Usually I'm like running to the machine and trying something the second I get it, even if it's after dinner. And to be fair, I haven't used that binding attachment much either, Julie. I think I'm about to, though. I've got a bunch of knits cut, too. Your binding attachment, Amy, that's awesome. Yay. You did it on knits, too, right? Exactly, Jan. I really need to try it. Maybe that could be my, okay, I have 6 days before the end of Me Made May. I pledge to use my pin tuck attachment by June. I think matching thread might have been nice here. Knit and woven. So, see, I was having trouble getting that to work on wovens, but maybe mine's too wide for and I wasn't using the right, I don't know. I know I cut binding for it, but that's good to know because I know someone else persevered and got that one to work with woven too. And it's not that it's because it's woven, it's because they engineered that binding attachment for thicker fabrics. And wovens are just so much thinner. So now look at that. Okay. Now we just need to get it on here straight. That's all. I do have clips, but they're not even going to be useful. So I think I'm going to pin so that we're straight. Okay, we're going to go just outside. I'm going to straighten this out a little bit. Okay. That works for me. And then let's do this one now. Okay. This is a not much wider, but it's a little wider now. Make sure that's, okay, yeah, there we go. This is gonna be so easy. Yeah, it's a really nice attachment. I agree. Okay, so we turn in here. I'm kind of just making sure it's like parallel, you know. Okay. I cannot wait to be done moving. I feel like I've been moving for like a year because I moved in here in June and that took like all summer. I had to paint in here. I didn't have to, but I wanted to. I painted in here. And then I needed to like work on like the lighting woes in here. You know, I put up the backdrop, got new lights, and I was just always fussing with it. And I finally did get it to something I kind of liked. But yeah, but I think this is going to be okay. I think it's going to work out. So, and it just was like realizing that we just have this like spare little cottage on our property that's basically our daughter's bedroom. Like we don't have a very big house. And so, and we originally bought the house, we were like, okay, this is going to be possible for us to buy it because we were going to take on care of Michael's grandmother and move her in the cottage. And then it didn't work. It didn't work out because of the way the bathroom was set up, even though we tried to make sure that was going to be okay. You just never know because everybody's situation and accessibility issues are different. So then we were like, oh, okay. And then we were like, well, you know, Cricket's graduating high school. Maybe she'd want, and it was the panini. We thought, we'll let her live in this cottage. It'll give her a little bit like a adult thing, you know. And it's a really cute little cottage. It's a little bit like, it looks much cuter than it kind of is because it's on a slab. And so like everything comes into the cottage with you. And it doesn't have like official like heat and air conditioning. And it's on propane for the water, but we can't get it filled. We have to like take it and get it filled. It's good. It's a lot. So, and I never considered being at home because the internet was never good enough. And now it kind of is. It's been fine. That's where you've been seeing me stream from. And when that kind of like entered into my mind that I could be in there. So I, you know, made a sketch of it. I figured out all of my dimensions of all my things and started playing with layouts. I was like, could be where's Julie's bedroom? This could work. So so we made Michael's office, which doesn't have any, which is in the house and doesn't have heating or air conditioning. Really pretty house. You know, we made that the guest room. And so I've been moving out, ouch, since before Christmas. I've been chipping away at it because I had to rebuild my streaming rig and stuff. It's just been ongoing. So I feel like I was settled in here for like a month and a half. And it's true. I think I've moved 5 times in 6 years, something like that. And I moved my house too. Look at that. I just talked my way through that. No problem. I like the binding. It looks clean. It looks more polished. Only you. Oh. That's right. Shim's making a sewing retreat for us, right? All right, this could admittedly be further over. Did we even decide that the Apple Pencil, okay, I'm hoping this pocket's deep enough for it. Okay, here we go. Yay! We are past that. This one goes here. We've got our front bag, we've got our back bag. I ironed my lining after I cut it out. Don't judge me. So it's a little big in some places. thought, you know, I feel like I should iron this, and I was right. You can see a little bit here. Yeah, the binding looks more polished, and I think sometimes you have to choose the thing that you can probably pull off better. Do I think the other way is a little like sleeker? Yes, but I don't think I could have pulled it off and it would have looked sleek. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And I have enough of it, right? Thank goodness. Because we know how full of grace I really am. And look at that. That looks nice in here. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so we are down to, here's our strap. And then we have the sides. We have one more zipper somewhere that is on the ground. And we have the 3-bar slider. So these right here are kind of decorative. So let's just seam these together real quick. Well, you know what? Oh, I did. Okay. I was worried I didn't set my my bobbin to wind. I did, Amy. In fact, I almost started on the side, and I was like, you know, let's just not add to the bulk there. So I put it right here at the bottom. I really do, yeah. Yeah, and that's why I do it like right above the lower compartment pocket on the Happy Trails, in that like blank section where there's nothing, because I feel like it gives you like an on-ramp and an off-ramp, for lack of a better word. All right, this is just like a little opportunity for stitching. It doesn't have to be pieced. And it's the sides, part of the sides of the bag. Goes below the zipper section. Okay, and then these go with these. We're just kind of putting all our parts there. This is the handle, and that's the like the webbing strap. All right, and then this is where the zipper goes to. Whew. It is barely long enough. We might be piecing some stuff together some more. Actually, maybe I would steal a little bit of this and piece the bottom of this maybe. Let's think about that in a second. Okay, so here's the bottom of our bag. So let's do this. Oh, the seams. Sometimes I do, Amy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you know, why fuss with that, right? Like, why make that harder on ourselves? I'm going to do this all as one like this. But often I do try and include them a lot of times, just so I'm not always like cutting around them, especially if I handmade the binding, because I don't want to waste it. But if it's going to be near something, I actually cut off a section of this before I started. I don't mind if there's a seam like around here, and I think there was one. Oh, maybe not. But there was one at the beginning of one of our things, and I took it off. All right, so I made this little sandwich, right? And then we'll do this one over here. Because we're binding the inside, we can make this gusset nice and flat like this, you know? We're not sewing the lining to the lining. All right, that looks good. So let's top stitch across here. I actually don't like it when I start right at the end. I'm gonna go up and then go across like this. That way this little tail isn't like right there at the end. And like this one here, if you come undone, it'll just sneak into the seam. And I don't like the back stitch to show either. This other zipper will be easier, but I do think it's barely, it's like the same length, which means there's gonna be a gap right here. Maybe I do something like this, something behind it. No, I can just go across. That's what I'll do. One thing at a time, Saremy. Okay, this is the bottom of our bag, so it's gonna go like this. See, we have a nice little, what I'm gonna call a saddle, and then this is the lower part. And then this is our upper zipper part, which we're about to do. We've got to attach our strap to the side here. I didn't bring my purse as an example today. Actually, maybe what we'll do is sew this on like this. I wanted to be able to see it. That, and then we have a little extra length. Oh man. Right? Okay. Let's see, how much are we off now? Nothing, but what do you say I think we should go across this. I'm honestly a little worried about this right here. I can't go across this. There's no, it's a separating zipper, so I'm kind of, I think I'm gonna have to go across this. I'm gonna just put a little piece of, I saw that I have this little tiny scrap interfacing bin over there. Like, what do we have in here? We're desperate. We have a little Wiggin. It's all fusible though. All these scraps are fusible. This is double-sided fusible, this little paper. Oh, this is fusible, but it's fabric. Okay, let's use that. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we need this to be long enough. Maybe up here, we shouldn't have worried about it. And down here is where I add the extra. Because if we have to sew this in. Because I wouldn't mind it being more like that. Yeah, I think we're gonna try that. Okay. Let's do a little bit, piece of this. Oh, Wiggin is this It comes on a roll. I got it from Waywack. Terry turned me on to this stuff. It's a woven, but can you see it's on the bias? And it's this wide, and it's on a roll. And I really like it because it's got a lot of give, and it's really stout too. It looks very lightweight because it's on the bias. That helps. But then it really becomes a part of the fabric, kind of like the tricot does. I think it's for like collars and waistbands and things like that, but it's so handy. I use it on a lot, like the tricot on the roll. I will be honest, like I'm very suspicious of all of the fusibles right now. I know I went on that like minor rant like a couple of years ago on Instagram about it, and now everybody's talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. So and people in my guild, they've known about this for a while. We've all been talking about it. And people have done all these like tests and everything. Rachel did this really great test, and wasn't it Amy or Michelle? Oh my gosh. I know your last name. Angela. Angela Columber, right? You're in chat. I know you're here. Yeah, Angela. Angela, I think, did a whole thing as well about it. So if you are buying fusible interfacing right now, I wouldn't. Because what's happening is that once you wash your clothes, the interfacing shrinks and it crinkles up your garment, and you can't iron it out because it's the interfacing. You can't make the interfacing larger. And we've tried pre-washing the interfacing. We've tried all kinds of things. They've also changed the instructions, and nobody reads those anymore. So, but we were all following the instructions, and recently we noticed they've changed them. Yeah, you've got that. Yeah, so you're having success with that, which is great. And so I feel this is what I suspect, Vaseline. It's without the L at the very beginning, Vaseline. So this is my rant of the stream. Yeah, exactly. Terry and Rachel did a test too, exactly. I did too, and I still have my results, and the same thing. I did find that it shrank about a ½ inch one direction per 10 inches, which is about 5%. So this is my guess. Something happened with the glue, and it happened around the time of the panini. And we were all still, like, some people were like, I buy it and it's fine. You were probably buying it from somewhere who wasn't selling it very much, and they had a big inventory of older stuff. So is there an L at the beginning? Oh, okay. So, Vaseline? I thought it was Vaseline. Okay, I've been saying it wrong. So that's my assumption. So this is, and I feel like when I would get it from Waywack, the tricot was great. I loved it. It was kind of like getting me a free pass. Like I just didn't use the SF101. The SF101 was just not great anymore, right? By Pellon. That's the fusible woven. And then the tricot, even from Waywack, started doing it sometimes, not all the time. And the black wasn't. But we all buy white more than we buy black. And so that's why I think the black is immune still. So that's my like amateur sleuthing. And no one's going to admit to it. No, none of these companies are going to admit to it. They all want you to just buy it. And I'm not. I'm not buying it anymore. I'm over ruining all. I bet this one I used fabric. I didn't even use interfacing in the collar, I can tell. Same with my placket is self fabric, so I don't have to worry about it. But all of anything you've seen me iron on stream is ruined. You just can't see it, and I just still wear it. It's really a bummer. So I bought silk organza, and I'm gonna buy some cotton organdy, and that's what I'm gonna use, because that's what I used before I streamed. So yeah. Okay, I want to be able to cut this thing off. So I'm hoping if I start here, right? and I fold it back, we're gonna get the same amount on either end. That's my plan. This dress is the Deer and Doe Bluet, B-L-E-U-T. I got it from Hearts Fabric. They're in California if you're familiar with them. We have like a discount code. Oh goodness. Do I have that code still here? I think it's 10 so-so or so-so 10. I think it's 10 so-so, Murray. Right, Elizabeth? I know. I really wanted to be using the same things other people were using. So thank you, Amy. They actually, Marie, I think they're having a 20% off sale right now because of Me Made May. So if that's a convenient place for you to shop. But super cute. I love it. That's just scared the willies out of me. I think I could do another one, but that feels okay. All right, now we're gonna try and cut this off again. Where's my sacrificial scissors? Yeah, that was better that time. All right, and then we're gonna do this side as well. Right, Marie? Oh, look at your little bear emoji. Oh my goodness, same. You know what's funny is last year I was at this really cool antique store here. It's my mom's favorite. So I was like there looking for something for her, and someone had a huge Smokey the Bear collection and they were selling it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had some of these things. It was crazy. They had so many things. It was really fun to see it all. I didn't buy any of it. I was really glad I wasn't there with any family members because they would have, because I was like, I was into it. They would have 100% bought some of it for me, and I don't need it. This is going to be my little homage. So, okay. That's good. I like that. I like using this because it's going to protect the fabric from the zipper. And so let's add a little piece here. Sorry, everybody. At least on this side, at least, right? I know, right, Janet? It was a little scary. This one, we don't have to worry about the teeth. We can sew confidently. All right, so now we have a little bit of fabric at each end to use to sew into our zipper, which makes me happy. We'll center this. So how do we want this? We want, oh, we're wearing it. We want to open it like with the zipper at this end. Okay, okay, okay. So, this, what are these notches for again? The corners, right? She put some other sleeves. Hearts is great. Yeah, they really do. It doesn't have sleeves. Oh, it does the Bluet. It has little cap sleeves. And I put on, I'm pretty sure I used the Scout by Grain Line as my sleeves. Mainly because I had already fit that and I had it. Could have been my sloper. It has cap, like true cap sleeves though, otherwise. All right. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Let's tidy up the workspace here, man. This is an easy set-in zipper this time. And we just made it even easier. Actually, we're going to do it from the canvas side so that the fabric will behave underneath. Yeah, I kind of figured. I don't want to line this up at the end. I want to hang it off just a tiny bit because of my little fabric ends that I made. I made the zipper a tiny bit longer, like 1/8 at each end probably. So. Okay. Here we go. Let's hang it off a little bit. And let's actually clean this up a little bit. Just something. I've done this before, and then the, especially at the other end, the zipper wore through this like weak quilting cotton. So that's why I decided to do that. Put the interfacing there. I don't know if I mentioned that. All right, so we want this to be centered on here. We're going to check it now. Okay. We don't want to lose this little bit of extra that we added at the ends. That's what I'm worried about. All right, now we can sew. You bought it? Nice. There's a live stream, but I don't know. I don't vouch for it. I don't vouch for any of my live streams. Not when people are going to harass me in the comments about talking too much. Like, oh, maybe it's not good. All right. So now we have our zipper top. So I'm just going to top stitch this. Get rid of these little threads first so we don't immortalize them. Apparently I didn't get all of the ones from when I took that out. That's right, Julie. They don't know what a live stream is. I think that if I did my channel over again, there's a lot of things I would do differently. Like, I don't regret anything I've done, but there are some things I would do differently. I don't think it would have been possible, though, because of who I am. So that there's that. That I think, like, I consider myself someone who always finishes what they start. Like, I'm really good at that. Like, I'm a finisher. Like, I don't have very many unfinished projects sitting around. There's usually a reason if something's happening, and it's on my mind. Like, it's actually literally on my mind, wearing me down, you know? On the other hand, though, I like to do lots of things, and I want to do all of it. And I think that's my problem with having a YouTube channel is I like variety, and YouTube doesn't like variety. All right, so we need to now attach this to our other ends here, right? So we're going to do this also right sides together and close this. And let's see if we got the width the same. Oh, pretty good. Good. I figured it would be might be a little wider, you know, there's that. So, oops. So, yeah, it just really wears on me. That's why Fittypedia has been kind of stressful in a way. Just like knowing how much I've worked on it, but you all don't know. You can't tell. So. You don't have to use a stretch fabric for the Blue A, by the way. I just did because that's what it came with in the needle sharp box. Probably could have done this earlier and this would have been easier. Let's just sew this one side and then we'll do the other. You're now at 21. What? 21 what? You had 3 in 2023. Oh, dresses? Okay, now I'm gonna bend this around. Just trying to enclose it, make it clean finished on the inside. Right? Come on. There we go. This binding matches so good. Good choice, you guys. Dresses. Oh, okay, yeah. I might be there with you, Sylvia. I love dresses. I think like makes me like summer a lot more than most people because like dress life, you know? It's comfy. Okay, so now we have our whole gusset here. Let's just top stitch the end. We are past all the scary zipper things. I don't know why I just back stitched that. That's annoying. And then do this one here. Stop back stitching. Okay. Ah, shoot dang. We didn't put the strap on yet. It's going to go right here. But that, you know what? I actually don't mind that going all the way through because it'll be more secure. Okay, so now we're going to make our strap. I'm not using webbing. I'm making it. And look at this. I got it wet by accident. It did this weird thing. Okay, so we're going. It didn't do it on the other side, though. So this is, I'm going to fold this in half. I have 2 pieces. This is pretty easy to do. It's getting bigger. Hey, Malcolm. If I work out at this, well, I mean, I don't think I'm that fast. Maybe if I get to sew it more than once. Okay, and now we're gonna fold it towards itself, to the center. I want to know, what is your most annoying thing to do in sewing? You can think about it if you want, because I was just thinking about how one of my annoying things, I probably can think of 1,000 things, but one of them is turning something inside out. That's hard. I hate that. I really don't like it. I don't know what it is about it, but it makes me, and I'm not a claustrophobic person, but it makes me feel a little claustrophobic. And I feel like, come on, you're so close, you know, just turn. Or it's ripping the fabric at the end because maybe I shouldn't have done that, or maybe it's too heavy. Maybe it's because I know I should have done that, and it's more about like being mad at myself. You hate making buttonholes. Okay, pressing, interfacing, invisible zipper, unpick. Oh, you guys are like quick. Okay, unpicking. I love unpicking. Most of the time. Let me qualify that. It's satisfying when it's going well, but it's bad when it's not. Okay, now we can stitch this. All right, now this one, we got to make sure we do, it's almost a square. Oh yeah, so it's this way. Okay, okay. I would have done that wrong for sure. Fitting, that's not so, okay, fitting, I get it, I get it. Buttonholes makes you grumpy. Snap machine. What about pressing interfacing do you not like? Because that's very satisfying to me. Ooh, that's a good one, Michelle. Buttonholes are so universal. We are shared sisters and brothers in this. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I get that. Yeah, unpicking black thread and certain kinds of fabrics, for sure. I get that. I'm only going across the ends so that, I mean, I didn't have like an end of thread there, you know. Oh. What's that noise? I'm pretty sure I'm the only one here in the building. It sounds like someone's like dusting the side of the building. It's most likely a flicker. Which is a bird. Snap press, absolutely. What else don't I like? I was going to say something silly like French seams on princess seams because they're so long and I sometimes get a little eager. I won't not use French seams because I just really love the way the garment feels. Like it hangs different. It just feels nice, you know? But it does not escape me that I'm basically sewing the garment twice when I do that, you know? And I sometimes start thinking about it when it's a lot. Oh, I know what I don't like. I don't like gathers. I do not like gathers. Like a skirt, gathered skirt to a bodice, don't like it. I'll do it, don't like it. This thing better fit. Why does it look wide? Where's our hardware, which is more like software? Oh, here it is. Oof, okay. Welted back pockets. One is always great. Yep, I actually thought that too. You need fusible tricot, Michelle, for that, or some sort of interfacing for the buttonholes on knit. Honestly, every time I see buttonholes on knit, it looks so good. I feel like the machine likes doing all that stitching. I mean, it is zigzag, you know? Everyone's telling you interfacing. Yeah, oh, that's right. You do, Terry. You do like a flat-felled French seam. That sounds like a, I don't know, something. Set-in sleeves. Okay, fair. See, that's my thing, Sylvia, is like, I don't like gathers partly because to sew them in so they're not like poofy, you have to have a lot of them and the fabric has to be the right weight. You have to have enough seam allowance. You have to do 2 rows. I don't know. Doesn't matter, Michelle, whatever you want, whatever you like. Okay, here is our strap. Was this like, oh, I really cut it close. Okay. Was this like this? This was my plan, right? Folding it in half. Right? Right? I don't think it was. I think it's supposed to be like this. I think so. Okay. Oops. Okay, there we go. This has like a right and a wrong side. Yes, this is one of the most satisfying things to sew, in my opinion, are straps like this. Gathers are fussy. Oh, sweater knit. Mm-hmm. Thoughts and prayers. Just kidding. Okay. Another thing I don't really like sewing is, and let me qualify this, is a like Tower shirt placket. If I don't know how they drafted it, if they drafted it like proper, it can be any shape or size or whatever. As long as it's like this, like the same seam allowance, like the same seams and stuff, fine. But it's when someone drafts it and they probably didn't know how it's supposed to look, then you're like, what are you doing? You know, and I hate that. Because you can't redo that section very much. You're cutting into your sleeve, like in the middle of it, and that's kind of scary, you know? Okay, this, wait, did I only need one of, no, I need more than one of these. Okay, yeah. It's like I could have used the silver. Yeah, do your own thing exactly. Same. I'm like, I don't trust this, you know? Actually, this is the adjustable side. They kind of did this in it. They only did one. I'm confusing myself, and I don't need to confuse myself because I know how to do this very well. Okay, we first secure the middle. Always secure the middle thing. Okay. Right, and then we're going to sew this down. Like this. Maybe we give ourselves a little more space to work with. Like this. Okay. So Noodle has discovered something that was only up here and now is in the cottage and he's in love. Oh man, look at, I sewed this from this side. So this side doesn't look that great. Same with this. Okay. And it is my wool felt ironing mat. You know? Yeah, this is really barely fitting, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to go like this. Through this one. And then through here. I really like cut this strap really close. Like I probably could have made it a little narrower. Just even 1/8 of an inch overall. It's got to go like straight in there. Because it's roughly the same width. Okay. yeah, what a fit. Okay, let's get this closer to this. Okay, here we go. Now we have our strap, adjustable with a lot of effort. And now we're going to place the strap here on the sides. And then we only have one step left. You know what, Nancy? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's not going to twist. That's true. I can't abide that. So we have this spare foam. It's really squishy foam. It was like a mattress topper foam. And I haven't wanted to like get rid of it because it just is going to go in the landfill. And I'm like, you know, this would make great pet beds because it's super, super squishy and soft. And I almost threw it away when I was moving, and I was like, no, it'd be such a good pet bed. So I did make Loki and Noodle their own little, because Noodle's sleeping in one of my bins right now with some scrap flannel. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to make him a little like foam thingy and cover it. And I made one for Loki too. I made a pillowcase, slipped it in the pillowcase, and then shoved it in his dog bed. He's loving it. But then Noodle discovered the wool mat, and he's like, oh, where have you been all my life, you know? Okay, so we want this to go like, it's either that or I have this all at the front. I think that's just too much, you know, all this strap and stuff. So I think we're going to do this. We're going to put it over here. Let's get rid of some of this. I do have a little tiny felt mat. It's like 8 by 8. I don't think it's big enough for a cat though. I am just winging this. You are right. Just centering it. Okay. Did I backstitch when I started? Okay. Very clean, very clean. Probably cry if I had this upside down though. All right, and then on this side, we'll put in the same height, not twisted. Right? So like there. Centered. Get rid of some of these threads. But then I try and enclose them with this box. Okay, we're back stitching. We're saying it out loud, so remember we did it. I really could. It's funny you say that because I feel like the trend in bag making right now is to use seatbelt strap. That stuff is awful. I hate that stuff. I'm sorry if you guys like it. I don't. It is so stiff and it reminds me of being in a car, and I don't really like it. So I I like this. I like that it's the self fabric. It'll break in really nicely. Okay. Let's do this. We're actually going to have to do one of my least favorite things, and that's turn this whole bag inside out eventually. Okay. Let's see. This is the front. Yep, so it goes to this side here. Let's do some marks and stuff. So let's find our center here. Ooh. We're like a little low here. That's not good. Let's try and ooch a little of that up there. We don't really want to, I'm going to stretch it to work because I can't cut down the bag. It'll be lopsided. There we go. That's better. All right, and we're finding the center. Actually, we'll do that. This is not as critical. We have a notch here, right? And that's for the that little saddle. I don't know what it's called, but I'm calling it that, right? That it goes to this section right here. And then we have a notch here that should go to the top. Okay. We're good. Really? That's all? Because only you can prevent. You need the Smokey the Bear song. You should Google the Smokey the Bear song, Amy. You must know it. You're a Californian. Oh, I needed to put the center of the zipper. That's what it was. I was like, there's something else I need to do. We need to make sure the strap has its markings. Here we go. Now, the most annoying thing about this is going to be the strap, 100%. All right. Personally, I do not believe in pre-sewing when you're binding stuff like this. And the reason is that, like, you can if you really want to, but in my opinion, what happens is when you sew this and you don't sew it at, like if you pre-sew it without the binding and you, exactly, Barbara knows. If you pre-sew it without the binding, you most likely are like, oh, I'll sew it just under the seam allowance. And then it won't line up perfectly and it'll be kind of tricky to pre-sew it. So you can do it, that's fine, as long as you kind of know that going in, right? And you're really careful about that. But now you have to worry about that seam showing on the outside if you don't enclose it with your binding. So I have found that just sewing it, just going for it, is as much or less trouble, you know? So that's just my little experience with it. And I'm pretty sure the way I like to do this always is if you're doing a straight edge to a curved edge, putting the straight on top. I sometimes forget how I like to do it, and then I just start, and then I'm like, oh, I like to do it the other way. I think this is the way I like to do it, though, is with the curve on the bottom. And then you just keep this lined up to the raw edge. All right, so we should be hitting a notch, and we are. Can you guys see okay? Yeah, pretty good. So our next landmark is this center right here. So zipper can be kind of a funny thing. So I'm gonna pin it here and then pull it this way. And then make it fit. Rawr. Yeah, because zipper likes to, it likes to be stretchy on the inside of the edge, but not along the actual edge. No, no threads. No threads. Just say no to threads. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's make sure it's actually lining up. Okay, yeah. These clover clips are so strong. I'm always impressed that they don't like push away on some of these really stout projects. Why do you, we had something that were telling us, you didn't have a song? They never played the song for you? What kind of curmudgeons didn't do the Smokey the Bear song? It's so good. I was also a Girl Scout. Maybe that's also part of my tie to him. Like maybe he was a lot part of that. I don't remember. I don't remember that much. Oh, clover clips. They're these little, that you find them in quilting notions. They're really firm. Kind of pricey. But then you keep track of them. Yeah, it would have been cute to make like a little patch on the outside of the bag with one of these little things, but there was no way I was walking around paradise with a Smokey the Bear patch on the outside of my bag saying only you can prevent wildfires. So, because if you know, you know, right? I'd have to cross it out and say only PG&E. Always the last curve is the trickiest. Yay! We only have one more seam like that. Then we check it. My feed dogs are leaving a mark, but we can just use a hairdryer and get rid of that. Or I'll hover my iron above it too. All right, this looks good. Lester, the light bulb. Oh, okay, yeah. In Girl Scouts, you look different. Okay, yeah. Maybe I did too. I don't even remember. I think I may have done some sort of like, I don't know, junior fire program thing or something. I don't know. Maybe, you know, like when you think about, you know, my mom marrying a firefighter when I was 12, that probably had a big part of it, like a part of it to do with it. I don't know. All right, now we are just gonna stitch on the binding. This part should be pretty easy, and no one's ever gonna see this, so, except you guys. I'm gonna pull this gusset firmly. And trying not to sew past the original seam, because then the seam allowance would be larger in that spot, and especially around a curve, it'll look a little wiggly. So here I have to be really firm. I fold it first. I'm really firm about this. I push and pull really hard to get it in there, and then I pull my binding over to that. I still try and stay in the seam allowance though, just in case I'm not sewing it very nicely, because if it's in the seam allowance, no one will ever know on the outside of the bag, right? So yeah. Oh, will you guys try and remind me to put a label in here when I'm done? Or when I, like on my next one? We only have 2 more seams after this. I didn't forget anything, right? This went way too good. I know we had some drama at the beginning, but it wasn't even drama. It was just like, oh, I switched the zipper, I forgot. He's here that would remind us to turn off the lights, and yeah. I think Lester in general was unfortunate name for him too, you know? Not that it's a bad name, but I think it just eventually became representative of something that rhymed. Okay. This is the last thing you're sewing here, and then you get to come home. You haven't been home in... You've never been home in this county. Ready kilowatt? Cute. Do you think this is a distinctly American thing? That we're just more wasteful, so we needed all the reminders? I mean, I vaguely remember like the energy crisis and waiting in line for gasoline as a kid, like for a really long time. I was little. I remember it though. Yeah, it's true. You know, Nancy, though, they're seeing some really weird stuff now, like, honestly. Our stuff was tame in some ways. It's all relative, right? I should have rotated, or I mean, turned a little later there. Did I just run out of bobbin? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Looking good. Way before that. I love to you guys that I'm like a kiddo. It's cute. Okay, here's my back. Oh, I forgot we did this. Fancy. I like that. I'm gonna have to put a zipper pull on this though. It was a little hard to find it. I don't think I have anything here though, but I do have some nice zipper pulls I could put on this that hang down. Okay, label. I was gonna put this one on today, but I missed my, well, maybe I could unpick this right here. All right, me too, Terry, actually, yeah. So I do want to do that, or do I just want to do mine? My crazy, my crazy one. I don't really like that location, but why does it look weird this time? All right. Yeah. Right, Nancy? Exactly. When I first got my car, I keep thinking I put this on upside down because of this bag of chips. When I first got my car, I used to drive to the north end of town and get gas there because it was 55 cents a gallon. That's just like crazy pants to me now. I used to live in the county that was the most expensive in the country besides Hawaii. And then sometimes it would be cheaper than Hawaii. All right, so we're triangulating all of our centers. I had a center on this, didn't I? Isn't that how where? Oh yeah, there it is right there actually. Okay, I see it. Boop. Oh. Okay, we need to make sure that our zipper is open a little bit. You got to be able to get in there and turn it. Oh my goodness, 27 cents. Oh, I remember that too, Dawn. Absolutely, Nancy. I also remember like not being allowed to like buy gas at certain gas stations. Like, no, you can't. That's not going to be like good quality gas or whatever. How come I left the notch here on the corner? So, right, it's not upside down, right? Like there's the zippers. Okay, nothing's upside down. Okay, I'm just making sure. So there's a corner there. Okay. Maybe we'll start on the side this time. Last hard seam. And we want to do it like this. Okay. Get all these threads. It's my of a lunchbox. I don't really want this right here though. I actually do kind of want this at the bottom. It means I kind of have to walk it down though. If there was a center notch here, I could maybe figure that out. Okay, this is where we're gonna go, right here. We don't want it to be cockeyed, you know, like higgledy-piggledy or cattywampus. That's a better one, right? So when I do these curves, and this is straight, I pull it past. Like, see how I'm like pulling it past? Here's the edge of the bag. I pull it past until I get to where that sews together. It's harder to line it up if you turn it too soon. Oh, the binding attachment. I feel like that would be a lot of work. You could, the only thing you'd have to do is unpick the beginning and the end and get like the binding flat enough to overlap and clean finish, like to each other, or at least how I did it, you know, on this one here. I like this thing is moving around a lot, sorry. I actually just never play with my binding attachments when it's in the round like this. But you could if you really didn't want to do it in two passes. especially if you did pre-sew it, because the binding attachment's not going to want to do what, like, these corners the way I'm doing them right now, right? Yeah, you'd probably have to pre-sew it. I'm about to run out of binding. You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I've had this binding for years. It was never going to run out. Ever. Like, ever. I had so much on that roll. Oh my goodness. What are we piecing it together with? Is there a little piece in here? I have a bunch at my cottage that's washed. Ooh, spicy. Oh, man. Well, shoot dang. Oh, here's a piece. There's a piece here. It was underneath my little bin, look. I did jinx myself. I'm so close, too. Oh, my goodness. We're going to get around the corner first, and then we'll piece it together. My goodness. I can't believe I just found that, because, like, I went through the little bin, but it had fallen out and it was underneath, and there was just a little tail sticking out. See, this is always, like, the proof where you're like, see, I'm glad I saved this little piece. Like, I had a ton of this binding. I don't know why I saved it, but I knew. When we would have a binding that had been around a really long time at the office, I felt like Rayanne and I both wanted to throw a party that we were finally done. That was a TV. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. See all all I saw was a cute red. Yeah, it was definitely, I mean, you know, sewing is a roller coaster. I always think it'd be funny if, like, we had ever gotten the hang of, like, clipping moments from the stream, and what would have been clipped. I think it's called highlights on YouTube. On Twitch, it's a clip. Okay. There's a lot going on here. All these threads. Oh, I got to piece this together still. My goodness. Okay. We want to do this on a nice flat section. All right, now we'll sew this together. I used to love these scissors. There's a catch in them now, though, so I don't use them. They were found in a building with a whole box of them in a, like, general store that had been, like, shuttered, and then, like, a family inherited it and they sold all the things. So they were really affordable, and my friend bought them all. She knew the family. And so she brings them to knitting events and just has them there for people to buy if they need scissors. And they're really great. Mine have a little catch in them now, but they kind of surfaced with the move because I have a lot of little scissors like that. Oh, yeah, I did turn it inside out. Yeah. You only have to have that happen to you one time to be really upset that you didn't know that was going to happen. And then you're like, how can I not get in there to open the zipper to turn my bag? Because some zippers just don't allow for it, you know? It only takes one time. Because you're like done when that happens. All right. I think we made it. I feel like this one was a little threadier. We might have some threads on the right side as well, like in the seam. But that was our last difficult seam. That's what I have left in binding. I'm gonna check my bobbin because I knew it. I just ran out. I feel like today's going really good. The last several, like many streams, I feel like there's just been way too much mistakes and drama, even for me. You can put the clips back and all these other things. Okay. Is that winding? Okay. All right. Let's take a peek and make sure everything looks good before. I know I thought it sounded funny, so that's why I was like, let's just check. I'm gonna look in here. We're looking at the top seam. And just make sure everything looks okay. There's no big tucks or something. There's some threads here that we can probably find and pull out. They're right here. Wait, is this one? Yeah, okay. Yeah, or that right there. Get rid of that. That is, I think, right here. There's a new ice cream shop here, and I haven't even been there yet. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I think, Amy. I'm really excited. It's starting to hit me that I'll be done. And you know, like, it's pretty, like the cottage is pretty much set up now because I have been moving and putting stuff away as I move it there. So it's not so bad, you know. I might consolidate my recording setups, which then that means poking the technology bear, not the Smokey the Bear. All right. Okay, the other thing we're going to look at right now is if it looks like it's on top of itself. 80% of sewing is fabric handling. I think we could all agree on that. The other 80% of sewing is just checking for the mistake before you're done and not going, it's fine, or I'm so over this project, whatever it is will be fine. Or, no, I already checked that. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta face it. Oh, that's like a sketch on his hat. Because I used to do that all the time, be like, nothing could go wrong there, you know, and then, you know, it's bad. So I was super cavalier, and I still am. You guys know how cavalier I can be, so it's just easier to fix it now, you know, so. Oh, sorry, Monica. Am I your comfort streamer? Because I think, like, I have a few that I can't watch without getting so relaxed, and then I fall asleep. And I feel like That's actually a huge compliment. Yeah, so I get it. All right, push that gusset out of the way so we don't catch it. Okay, be really firm. The great thing about sewing binding with a binding attachment is if you have to unpick it, it's one seam and all of it comes undone with the one stitch, you know, but because this one's more, you know, like if you make a mistake, you have to like take it out. I mean, let's be honest, this edge now has been stitched probably 4 times because I secured the linings and stuff. I didn't even make sure. My pockets are like, okay, they're fine, right? Because remember I like pulled out that one whole lining layer thinking I needed it to see behind the pockets when I had created pockets. I didn't let the pocket just be inside the whole bag. Ah, thanks, Monica. That's awesome, Jen. That's not. Thank you, Amy. Amy's going out to bat for me. I like it. Amy's fiercer than you all probably could imagine. I know it. I know it. I can tell. No, Monica, you probably missed how much I ended up using this binding to kind of save my butt in other areas. It matched the canvas so well that it would have been being used no matter what, even if I had used the brown floral. I'm not sure if I would have thought of it if we weren't using it though. So I think the thing this thing needs now is some zipper pulls, because that is a quality of life thing. It makes your bag like easier to use, at least on the outside. So I need like 3 of those. I hope my iPad fits. Even if it doesn't, I can't shut the bag, that's fine with me. I actually don't mind that because I probably won't be shutting my bag all the time, to be honest. Okay, last like 4 inches. Let's get rid of some of these threads here. I gotta go check on Oliver and Phoenix and see if they've arrived. That did I tell you he's sailing with his cat? I think the cat's name must be Phoenix. I don't know, because it says Sailing with Phoenix is the name of his account. Okay. Not when I'm inches a minute exactly. All right, so like I said, least favorite part, especially when it's really stout, but these kinds of wide mouth openings are a lot easier. Oh, I know. Oh my gosh, if you guys, night Malcolm, if you guys have been watching the eaglets, they are gonna fledge any day. Like, and they are like standing in their nest flapping and doing little hops, and they're gonna leave soon. It's crazy. I'm gonna miss that. And I love like my office mate here. He always has it on the TV in the living room, the lobby, and I can like just sit there and they're huge on the screen. I love it. See, Monica, we used the binding right here to cover up my wide zipper opening. I mean, that was totally intentional. Maybe I would top stitch this so it stays like this. Maybe. We could top stitch like just from here around. What do we think of that? All right. I don't know why, but my full screen is not working today, so we'll just do this. Oh, it's so bright in here. I'm sorry. See my pocket right there? Okay. I need to make the strap longer, I can already tell. Oh my gosh. No. Oh, it's really short. Wait a minute. It's so short. The strap is so short. Why is it so short? I made it the same as the other one. All right, let me go get my, here we go, like, my bag. The strap's really short. What the heck? Okay, we have one disaster. Should we go get my stuff and fit it in here? You just want to wait for me to move in real quick? Okay. Oh, I meant to cut out a wallet to match. All right. Yeah, I think I'll, oh, what am I moving around right now? The pattern image, okay. Okay. What is that? Oh, it's the strap, okay. Here's my keys. No problem, no problem. Oh, my iPad. That's the test, it's in a different spot. Okay, I gotta fix the strap. I have lots of canvas though. Oh yeah, no problem. So excited. Okay, I have, that's just a pen, but I could put it in there. My old wallet. Lip stuff, 2 more pins. They're just everywhere right now. But I could put my glasses or my wallet here, my phone. But my plan is to put my wallet back here in the zipper pocket, right here. There's a thread in here, really long one. The pencil, I don't know, Amy. I don't think that's going to be enough. I should have had this much or more left. So I'm wondering if I made, what I thought I did was that I cut one whole long piece with this and this combined, and then I cut it apart. And now I'm wondering if I, at the last second, only measured off the strap length, and then I was supposed to cut this separate. You know what I mean? So yeah, the pencil, that worked great. Look at that. That is awesome. Keys right there, not bashing my phone. My iPad in here. I think this is going to go on the back pocket too. Oh yeah, I am so thrilled with this. I am thrilled with this. Yeah. I probably wouldn't use brass zippers, but I just didn't have much of a choice if I didn't want black. I'll let this out further, but I'm pretty sure it won't be enough. It's like, of course it's the one thing I have to fight. Maybe it is. I could do that. I could raise the strap up as well. I don't think so. If it is, it's not much, but maybe it's just enough that between that and yeah, it's a little too short, but Yeah, it's too short by a lot. Like it's by a lot. I think this strap needs to go up higher. Look at how low it is. Oh yeah, yeah. It definitely needs to go up higher. Okay. Well, that's doable. I could make a bit narrower. I mean, once it's adjusted, probably won't change it, right? But yeah, I think raising it up. You know what I'll do? I'm just going to redo, I'll raise it up on both sides. I have to. Look at it. It's already buckling right there. Do you think I put this too low? Did I flip it? Was I, like when I was in my drafting, was this the zipper opening and I made this the zipper opening? Yeah, I definitely need to make it higher. And then what I'll do is just remove this one and replace this one with a longer piece. So that's not bad. And because it's so open, I can get in here and sew this. So that's good. That's good. I wonder if that's what I did. I wonder if I flipped this when I was drafting. I know it comes down low though. Like, I'm not mad about it being that low, but this needs to be way higher. Like, I might even like, is it on this? Is it on this, not this? It might be flipped. Yeah, I think it will.
Would you try again?
Scared the crap. Siri started talking. It scared the crap out of me. All right, well, that's all doable. So I'm going to replace this piece here, make it longer, and raise the strap up a bit. Maybe I'll pin it in place higher and see if that's enough, but I doubt it. I doubt it'll be enough, you know. I do have the patterns here, but I don't know if I can tell. Let me make it just a little bit dimmer in here because it's too bright. Okay, so here, that's the back, and this is the front. I mean, I didn't flip it when I cut it. I'm wondering if at the last second I flipped it. It's not much different, though. Yeah, there was a phone pocket on the other one. This looks right. Like, I think this is right. I think I just have this way too low. Well, I'm fixing it before I go. Wonder if I can get away with it without having to lengthen the strap. The old bag, I meant to bring the old bag, but I forgot. I almost forgot the project. I don't know what I thought I was going to do up here without a microphone and a project. Okay, so if we put this up here, all right. Get rid of all these little threads. And then once I put some heat to these holes, this will be gone. That's no problem. So let's see, can we maybe pin this to here? Yeah, I saw that too. It felt it. And I was like, okay, I hope that calms down What if I went way high like that? I don't think I can go through all these layers, so we're just going to do this. Okay. I can always go up onto this if I want. All right, let's take this one out too. Because if there's a chance I don't have to lengthen the strap, I could be done now. But otherwise, I could just do it on my other machine tonight. Because I'm eager to use it. I think I'll miss having a handle at the top. There's always a drawback with a bag, right? And I thought about putting a handle, but I was like, God, I feel like it's just going to clutter it all up. But I like being able to carry it like a briefcase, for lack of a better description. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't like always wearing it over my shoulder. And my shoulders aren't the right shape to hang it off one end. It just falls off. I don't know how people do that. It's diabolical. Life is just so unfair. You know? Could you not go in line with the outside front pocket? What do you mean? I mean, these are like, oh, you mean like this? I could be at the back. Is that what you mean? Top of the front pocket. Yeah, the hair under the strap. But higher. You think I should go maybe like this? Like here? I think that would look good, actually. You guys keep saying matching the top of the front pocket. You mean like up here? It wasn't that high. But you're right, I could raise it without having to make the strap longer, if that's what you mean. Way up there or here? Up there. Oh. It was not up there. The strap was up here? No, it wasn't. Okay. Up here? Okay. All the purse experts, I'm gonna listen to you guys. This will be easier to sew. It's way up here? Are you serious? I just misremembered that bad? Wow. Okay. So like you're saying like up here. Okay. Like that. Right? That looks weird. I know it'll be balanced better. Let's take out the iPad though, because it weighs like it's a brick. Okay, and we'll zip it up. Let's try it. Okay. Oh yeah, it feels a lot better. Ooh. Ooh. It's long enough for sure. Look how cute it is. This is bright. Yeah. Oh, it looks way better. There's my pencil right there. That works so good. I'm so glad that it being so far to the left ended up not being a bad thing. Like, obviously it'd be better if it were centered, but oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so excited about this, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I think the strap could be a little lower visually, but maybe it's just because it's pinned. Like maybe the top of the box will stop here. Would that work with you guys? Am I allowed to do that? Great, I do, Tony the Tiger. Okay. So what do you guys think of this being like, this, like, see how there's this stitching on the box there? What if that lined up to the top of the pocket? So the looseness starts from there. You guys will consent to that all the times you're going to be wearing my bag. So this little ruler, it's like 3 3/4. So I'm going to go down a little tiny bit. Okay. Okay, so then we're centering it on this little section, right? Yes. No, I think you guys just saved me because now I don't have to take this apart. I don't have to cut another strap. I can be done right now. I'm very into this idea without compromising my needs. Okay, and so this one, let's make sure it's also 3 3/4 up. Right, it does actually. So it was up on this thing, Elizabeth? It was up on this? I wonder if I was looking at the bag, the side, not realizing I was looking at it upside down or something. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I mean, obviously I learn a lot too. Right, that looks lower. Okay, we need to take some stuff out. We also don't want to lose anything. We all know what it's like when you're switching between bags, right? And I'm going to make a matching wallet. Yeah. Well, it would be on... I was looking at my sketch. I don't have any of that written on there for the strap either. Or on my little like quick sketch, this right here. This piece is the one. Right, so this one here. Okay, I think this is not in the right space, right place. Maybe it's not. Oh, look. This one isn't lined up to here, but this one is. Ruh-roh. I don't know what's going on with that, but... Oh, that's great, Monica. Now I just noticed it because I do want my strap to be the same on each side. And if that means making it off from this little pocket, that is what's going to happen. But yeah, look, this seam lines up with here. So, you know, I feel like this side's 1 1/8, this one's 1 1/4. Like 2 plus. I don't know how that works then. Like why that did that. It must be where this corner is. I don't know, whatever. I'm not going to overthink it. But we can do this, right? We can go like this and make sure the strap is in the same spot. Right here, okay. Reject. Tongue's calling me out. Okay. I feel like this also feels more secure than it's like, it isn't tight, but it feels more secure than where I used to put it in my other bag. Because it would slip. It was in like a pocket like this size, and I would just slip it in there next to my wallet, and then eventually it would do this. Like I would put it in there, it would do this, and then like this. I just didn't like that. Okay. Let's sew it on and be done. See if we can do it. Okay. Gotta let it know who's boss. Because obviously it was the boss of me here. Oy. That's my hair. I can do it. Shim said something in the live chat this morning about like, I really wish I could have like I don't know what he said, like a talk with whoever designs domestic machines, you know, because I have a few things to say, and man, same. And this is one of them. I really wish they all had a back tack right here. My home machine has a button there, but it is so slow. It's like, oh, you wanted to push the reverse button? I never get pushed. Well, I'm going to enjoy this little moment. All right, we're going to back up now. All right, we're backing up. It does like an automatic thing, and it takes forever. Whereas this is like, you know, it's really quick. Okay, there's one. I do. On my TL, I do all the time. I'm like, okay, we're going to just triple check the placement. Because I don't want my strap to be crooked. Look, it is crooked. I'm not overanalyzing this. You would feel this. You know what I mean? Look. It's like a ½ inch lower. Okay. Right here. I think that's it, right there. Oh, really, Nancy? Oh, wait, let's make sure we didn't twist the strap either. Imagine. Don't rush the redo. That, you know what? That literally, I could have a t-shirt with that so much. Don't rush the redo. Okay. I'll go this way. I didn't want to go this way, but I'll go this way. You know what it is? It's my pencil. Those of you in the guild, I don't know if you noticed, but I put a free event. I think it's the first. No, I think it's June 7th. It's in events. But if you want to play around with Procreate with me, like, look, I'm not an artist. We know that. We know that I've been learning it these last 6 years too. But if you want to use it in some of the ways I use it, like for, I don't know, playing around with fitting adjustments or checking out your design in the fabric that you want to sew it in, or even doing like a layout of a pattern on fabric. I'm not saying that these are like the fastest, easiest way to do it, but it does work really good in Procreate. And Procreate's $10, but you do have to have an iPad. It does work really well with pencil. So, but it's free and it's a Zoom. Okay. Thanks, Terry. Well, my TL does not do buttonholes. I had to buy an expensive attachment for that. But you know what? It's about to just be a buttonholer machine now that my machine's coming back. Yay! Okay. What am I going to blame on you if I don't like this? Yeah. Whoops. It isn't. It's not twisted, right? No. This is great. Love it. Smokey the Bear. Smokey the Bear. I'm so down for this. There's so much space in this bag. It feels more spacious than my old one. That was so easy. Love it. I'm really excited. I mean, we all love a good bag, right? I can shorten the strap now. Maybe a little higher, like right here. And you know what I love about this design is that when I'm in a store, it's more my footprint, you know? Whereas a messenger style is like wide and sticks out from my body, and then I knock things off shelves. Or, you know, you whack some kid in the face. It's always the worst. Thanks, Rose. How's it going? We just finished. We do need one machine that does it all, Amy. Look at that. And it's properly broken in now as a waxed canvas goes. Here's my little lift bag, though. Look how cute it is. See? It's really cute. I love this little thing. This is a really fast sew, by the way. It has a pocket here, one on the inside, one on the outside, and a little compartment here. So, me too. I love it. I like this little... We're going to put a zipper pull here, one here and one here, and I think that'll be it. I'm so paranoid my strap is twisted because, you know, and you know what? I don't mind the black because of this. That's good. I don't, Jan. I just designed it on a couple days ago so you could copy me if you want. The pole, I'm going to add a pole, not a slider. So this is the slider. I'm going to add the thing that hangs off. I don't know, Rose. I planned on making it today and I just completely forgot to cut it out. But I'm pretty sure that's a free pattern and there's a video. There's definitely a video. I'm pretty sure it's a free pattern on my website. Another easy one to sew. You want to make maybe I'll make it next week live. I could do that. Maybe next Thursday is quick fit and I'm going to do grading between sizes for pants. Yeah, the loaf bag, meaning like the word egg in French, Amy. Yeah, thank you, Elizabeth. There you go. Oh, am I making this one? Oh, I mean, this came out last year. I don't know if they have a video for this. You should ask So Liberated. Maybe they'd want one. I don't know. I'll mention it to them. Or maybe see if they have a video. If you see me in the guild, ask me. I'll look into it and see. Because I am the person that helps people, like when they ask So Liberated for help. There's someone, like email-wise, I'm not the frontline person. There's someone who filters them, and I get all the other questions that they don't want to answer, like they don't have the answer to, or they want like confirmation, and then I help the forum. But if someone had like a question about sewing that, they'd get me. So she doesn't have one, Michelle. Oh, is that a newer pattern? Yes, luf, which means egg. I wish I could put more patches on this, but this will do. Yeah, I'll ask them. Okay, you want one? Oh, that might make a good live stream, honestly. That might be more their speed for it, rather than it being like a full-on technically how-to. So, well, she might consider it, Michelle, especially maybe like for fall or winter, if it's like a wintry pattern. You never know. I love making hers because I don't have to edit them. I actually love editing though, by the way. So this would be a fun live stream. I used the fat quarter of spoon flour canvas for this and for the lining. They're different fabrics though. I'm actually struggling to remember what they are. I'm not sure this is how it's sewn. It may not be bound, so you might get off easy. So I'll ask them. We'll see. I try not to bug them or bug you guys with so liberated things and vice versa. I don't want anyone to ever think I'm trying to like get people from one or the other. You know what I mean? Like, so could you make it? Oh, a little hip sack. It's interesting you are looking for a little hip sack because I do know of something, but I gotta go now, so I can't tell you anything about that. But this was a fun live stream. Fanny pack. And like I said, next Thursday is the quick fit for grading between sizes of pants. I'll be in the guild. I might be at social tomorrow. But Michael rented a log splitter, so I might be doing that. It's just tree maintenance at my property, so. I'm not teasing anymore, but I may have made 4 of them now. All right. Thanks for coming, you guys. Thanks for cheering me on. And, oh, and you know, I might top stitch this. We'll see if that binding seam bugs me. I don't want this to happen. I don't want my bag to go like that, right? So I might top stitch this. I could tie it in with this little guy here, right? So, all right. Thanks, you guys. Happy splitting and stacking. Yeah, thanks, Terry. Michelle's planning my Sunday. Tomorrow. Yep. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.